Hello friends, welcome back to our channel B2C, Beginner to Champion for competitive exams. And today in this video, we will see the weekly current affairs of October 4th week, second part. First is international current affair. As part of Japan's commitment to global warming and climate change, the Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga has announced that the country will achieve zero carbon emissions by 2050. Japan's capital is Tokyo, currency is Japanese yen, and the Prime Minister of Japan is Yoshihide Suga. Next is a national news. The first national news is Electricity Access in India and Benchmarking Distribution Utilities Report. The Niti Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India, Ministry of Power, Rockefeller Foundation, and Smart Power India has rolled out the Electricity in India and Benchmarking Distribution Utilities Report for 10 states. According to the report, 92% of the customers reported overall availability of electricity infrastructure with improved working power supply, and 87% got access to grid-based electricity. Certain points to be noted here is Niti Aayog CEO is Amitabh Kant, Vice Chairman is Rajiv Kumar, and the Chairman is the Prime Minister himself, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Union Minister for Power is R.K. Singh. Next is a national affair related to air connectivity. The air connectivity between India and Bangladesh resumed with 2 flights leaving Dhaka under the air bubble management system. The 2 flights has left for India from Hasrat Shahjalal Airport in Dhaka. Points to be noted here is Union Minister for Civil Aviation is Hardeep Singh Puri. The capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka. The currency of Bangladesh is Taka, and the Prime Minister of Bangladesh is Sheikh Hasina. The next current affair is Ministry of Science and Technology launches SERB Power Scheme. The SERB Power Scheme, rolled out by Ministry of Science and Technology, means promoting opportunity for women in exploratory research. The scheme aids to provide fellowship and research grants. Fellowship of Rs 15,000 per month in addition to regular income for a period of 3 years will be provided to women in exploratory research in level 1 and 2 category. It will be regulated by SERB CRG guidelines. Next is inauguration of Arogya One and Arogya Kutir in Gujarat by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated Arogya One and Arogya Kutir at Kavadia in Narmada district. He also inaugurated Ekata Mall Children's Nutrition Park, Jungle Safari and Geodesic Dome Aviary. The Arogya One is set up across 17 acres of land, and it is for spreading awareness on yoga, Ayurveda and meditation. This Arogya One has 380 species of plants and trees with rich medicinal values. Prime Minister also inaugurated 17 different projects and laid the foundation of 4 projects of Statue of Unity complex, including the lighting at Sardar Sarovar Dam and the website of Statue of Unity in all UN designated official languages. Next is India extends 1 million line of credit to Central Asian countries. In the second meeting between India and Central Asian countries, the External Affairs Minister of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has extended 1 billion line of credit for priority development projects in Central Asian countries. The meeting took place under the chairmanship of Dr. S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister of India, and was also attended by the foreign ministers of 5 Central Asian countries, namely Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Next, we come to the state news, and the first state news is the Tamil Nadu government has launched Young Advocates Welfare Fund. The fund will be used to provide Rs 3,000 monthly financial assistance for 2 years for young lawyers who just comes out of law colleges. The scheme was announced by Tamil Nadu CM Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. The point to be noted here is Governor of Tamil Nadu is Banwari Lal Purohit. Next is the Green Delhi app launched by CM of Delhi Arvind Kejriwal. The Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal has launched Green Delhi mobile app, and this will enable citizens to bring to government notice of various pollution causing activities in Delhi. A green war room has also been set up to monitor the status of complaints raised by citizens. Lieutenant Governor of Delhi is Anil Bajraj and Chief Minister of Delhi is Arvind Kejriwal. Next news is Kerala becomes the first state to fix floor prices for vegetables. The Kerala becomes the first state in the country to fix floor prices for vegetables. The floor price will be fixed 20% above the cost of production of vegetables, and even if the market price goes below the floor price, the product will be procured from the farmers at the floor price. Chief Minister of Kerala is Pinarayi Vijayan and Governor of Kerala is Arif Muhammad Khan. Next is related to launch of 2 web portals by Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik, and the portals are Sumangal Portal and Student Scholarship Web Portal. The Sumangal Portal will help intercaste marriage couples to avail to incentives from the government, while the Student Scholarship Web Portal will help eligible students avail scholarships from the state government. Chief Minister of Odisha is Naveen Patnaik, capital of Odisha is Bhubaneswar, and the Governor of Odisha is Ganeshi Lal. Next is Telangana CM K. Chandrasekhar Rao launches Dharani Portal. The Dharani Portal, launched by Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, will ensure that all the property transactions, including registration and mutations, takes place in the virtual format through this portal of Dharani. Chief Minister of Telangana is K. Chandrasekhar Rao, while Governor of Telangana is Tamilisai Soundararajan. Next is news related to appointments, and the first here is Yashavardhana Kumar Sinha has been appointed as the Chief Information Commissioner. Government of India has approved the name of former Foreign Service Officer Yashavardhana Kumar Sinha as the new Chief Information Commissioner of India. The post of Chief Information Commissioner came vacant with the retirement of former Chief Information Commissioner Bimal Julka. The headquarters of Chief Information Commissioner is New Delhi, and the CIC was founded on 12th October 2005. Next is Tyashi Gelson, unanimously elected Chairman of 6th Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council of Leh. Tyashi Gelson was unanimously elected as a Chief Executive Councillor and Chairman of 6th Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council. He became the first Chief Executive Councillor of Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council after the Ladakh was made a union territory by Government of India. All members of the council will be administered oath by the Session Judge Ranbir Singh Jasroti. Next is defense news, and the first news is Indian Army launches secure mobile messaging platform called SAI. Indian Army has launched a secure messaging platform called Secure Application for Internet or SAI, and this application is Android based platform and will support end-to-end secure voice, text and video calling services. and it is similar to applications like Telegram and WhatsApp. The Ministry of Defense also informed that Sai will be used by Army Pan India to ensure secure messaging. Upon reviewing the functionalities of the app, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh praised Colonel Sai Shankar for his skill and ingenuity for developing the application. Point to be noted here is Defense Minister of India is Rajnath Singh, and the Chief of Defense Staff is General Bipin Rawat. Next news is in the banking and finance section. The first news is State Bank of India raises $1 billion untied loan with JBIC and other lenders. The State Bank of India has signed $1 billion loan agreement with Japan Bank for International Cooperation, and the loan will ensure smooth fund flow for business operations of Japanese automobile manufacturers in India. The chairman of SBI is Dinesh Kumar Khara. SBI was founded in 1st April 1955. Headquarters of SBI is Mumbai, Maharashtra. JBIC headquarters is in Tokyo, Japan, and it was founded in 1st October 1999. Next is IndusInd Bank to go on live on RBI's account aggregator framework. The IndusInd Bank has become the first bank in India to go on live on account aggregator framework of Reserve Bank of India. The account aggregator framework of RBI will enable customers to avail benefits like viewing statements of their accounts, track deposits, plan investments, and avail credit cards on a single window. The CEO of IndusInd Bank is Sumant Katpalia. Next is related to agreements and MOUs. And the first one is the India Post and US Postal Services has signed MOU for electronic customs data exchange, and it will be for all shipments exchanged between two nations. India's Director General of India Post is Arundhati Ghosh. The India Post was founded in 1st October 1854, and the headquarters of India Post is in New Delhi. Next is a MOU between Microsoft and National Skill Development Corporation for training 1 lakh underdeserved women in India over the next 10 months. The Microsoft and National Skill Development Corporation has signed an MOU to empower 1 lakh underserved women in India for training with digital skills over the next 10 months. Next is a news related to a MOU between IIT Kanpur and Archaeological Survey of India with 2 Italian institutes for restoration of monuments. Indian Institute of Technology Kanpur and Archaeological Survey of India has signed an agreement with 2 institutions from Italy seeking restoration and protection of historical monuments. The institutions from Italy are based in Venice, and one of them is University of Venice itself. This will ensure creating a network and sharing of skills for restoration and protection of historical monuments. The Archaeological Survey of India Director General is V. Vidyavati, and the headquarters is in New Delhi. Next is the news related to science and technology. The first and the only one here is NASA's Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, or SOFIA, has discovered more water on sun-lit surface of the moon. The 2 new studies published by NASA points out that there could be more water than previously thought, including ice stored in permanently shadowed cold traps in lunar polar regions. The data was from Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, SOFIA. and it was analyzed by researchers from in the NASA, and they concluded that there could be more water than previously thought in lunar polar regions. The administrator of National Aeronautics and Space Administration is Jim Bridenstine. The headquarters of NASA is Washington, D.C. Next is awards and honors. Dr. Satish Mishra bags Dr. Tulsidas Shug Award 2020. The National Academy of Medical Sciences, India has selected Principal Scientist, Division of Molecular Parasitology and Immunology, CSIR CDRI, Lucknow, Dr. Satish Mishra for Dr. Tulsidas Chugh Award 2020. He is awarded for his research work on malaria parasite life cycle, which is a complex process involving 2 host and 3 invasive stages. Veteran actor Om Puri has been honored posthumously with the Lifetime Achievement Award at 3rd edition of India International Film Festival of Boston, IIFFB 2020. He was honored with Padma Shri in 1990 by Government of India and National Film Awards for the Best Actor. IIFFB is a 3-day film festival. Next news is also related to film. Gully Boy movie wins Best Original Score at 14th Asian Film Awards. Gully Boy, directed by Zoya Akhtar, has bagged Best Original Score at 14th Asian Film Awards. Harsh Kale, the Salvage Audio Collective, collected the award for Gully Boy. Other awards in the 14th Asian Film Awards were Best Film goes to Parasite from Korea. Best Director was Wang for So Long My Son from China. Best New Director is Hikari for 37 Seconds from Japan. Best Actor is Lee Byung-hun and the Best Actress is Zohoo Dong-yu. The awards was virtually announced by Asian Film Awards Academy. In the summits and conferences section, we have the first news. India virtually hosted the 19th Shanghai Cooperation Organization Foreign Ministers Economy and Foreign Trade Meet. India virtually hosted the 17th meeting of Shanghai Cooperation Organization Ministers of Foreign Economy and Foreign Trade. The meeting was held to leverage economic strength and explore partnership that enhances trade and investment in the region and greater cooperation for access to medicines. It was attended by Secretary General of SCO and the ministers from Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. The SCO headquarters is in Beijing, China, and it was founded on 2001. Secretary General of SCO is Vladimir Norov. Next, we come to the miscellaneous section, and here we have an interesting news, which is Plastic Premier League (PPL) tournament being played in Indore. A unique Plastic Premier League tournament is being played in Indore, Madhya Pradesh, to free the city from single-use plastic. Indore has been awarded as the cleanest city in the country 4 times so far. The Plastic Premier League consists of collecting single-use plastic, and several teams will be collecting plastic, and the team which collects the plastic most in the 45-day competition will be awarded the PPL trophy. Indore is a city in Madhya Pradesh, and the Madhya Pradesh capital is Bhopal. Governor is Anandiben Patel and Chief Minister is Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Next news is related to art and culture. The FIP, Federation of Indian Publishers, partnership with Pragati E, has launched virtual version of Delhi Book Fair this year due to COVID-19. The 2-day online event which culminated on 31st October. It was 26th and the unique edition of Delhi Book Fair. Publication Division of Ministry of Information Broadcasting has also put 3 virtual stalls that had 120 publications covering 12 wide categories including Gandhian literature, art and culture. The last news is related to important days. The only important day in the 4th week, part 2, is National Unity Day, being observed on 31st October. National Unity Day or Rashtriya Ekata Divas is being observed every year on October 31st to commemorate the birth anniversary of the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. The year 2020 marks the 145th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, and also the first Home Minister of India. With this, we come to the conclusion of the current affair of October 4th week, part 2. Stay tuned for the next session and we'll be back with the next session soon. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and share. Subscribe to this channel to receive expert tips and guidance for clearing various placement exams, and press the bell icon to receive instant notifications.